I have been receiving a lot of questions from people who have won the DV lottery. What kind of documents do you need to prepare so that when the Kentucky Consular Center, KCC, requesting you to submit, you are ready to submit those kind of documentation? Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, EBM, and here I'm trying to guide those people who have won the DV lottery, and even those who haven't won the DV lottery, to make sure that they prepare this documentation in case one day they come to win. So, these are the things you need to know. Number one, if you win the DV lottery, the first thing you'll be able is to fill the visa form. For those who are outside the United States, they will fill the DS-260. Those who are in the United States, they fill another form. It's called Adjustment of Status, I-485. So let me talk about those who are filling the DS-260. So if you're filling the form DS-260, number one, don't rush to complete and submit, because rushing doesn't help you anything, because you will end up not completing properly, and then you are going to request, oh, I did this mistake, I did this mistake. Fill the form, yes, soon, and look at it, take a screenshot and ask someone, is this the correct way? Just make sure that it is correct, so that you cannot be able to do unnecessary mistakes. So once you submit this application, DS-260 online form, everything over there, don't submit any documentation. Wait for KCC to ask you. They will send you the email. The email to tell you what documents do you need to submit. So to make it very easy for you, I'm going to read these documents which are required to be able to submit. What are the supporting documents which are needed? You can, I don't know if you can be able to read that one. You can be able to see on the red one, they call it supporting documents. So I'm going to read from the travel.state.gov, which is the Department of State website. They submit the supporting documents, and I'm going to read as follows. So listen very careful. Submit supporting documents. After KCC receives and processes the DS-260 application form for you and your accompanying family members, you will receive instructions for how to submit required supporting documents. The following which are required supporting documents. Your interview will not be scheduled until you submit scanned copies of all required supporting documents. Following the guidance below, if you cannot obtain the particular document, send an explanation of why you cannot obtain the document as an attachment in JPEG or PDF format to KCC DV documents at state.gov with your case number on the subject line, or kind of that one. You will bring these original documents to your interview with the consular officer. It is strongly recommended that you begin this process early. So, again, this is very critical. The applicant and each family member who will accompany you, who will accompany the applicant to the United States, will need to submit the scanned copies of any required translations of original documents or certified copies of the document listed below. So, if the documents are not in English, it must be translated by a company, not your neighbor, to translate these documents. And these documents, you'll go with them at the US Embassy. And these documents, any person who is accompanying you, if I'm the husband, I'm coming with my wife must have these documents. If I come with the two kids must have these documents. So after submitting the DS-260, they will start processing. It is not immediate, but after some time, they will email you to want these documents. The first document they need, do not mail these documents. You must send consular, you must send these documents through scanned copies. They say all paper documents or correspondence mailed to KCC will be destroyed, so don't send them. So number one, they need a birth certificate. And the birth certificate, remember, your birth certificate and your accompanying members. But it must have the date of birth, place of birth, Names of both parents must be there. Okay. Then you need to submit the court and prison records. For those who have been in prison, there is no problem to be in prison. It depends on the nature of crime. So, if you have been convicted in a crime, must submit the certified copy of each court record, and you have to explain everything. Then, if you have ever served in the military, you must submit the documentation. Persons who have served in the military forces of any country must submit a copy of their military record. Then, police certificates, or what we call the police clearance record. Which applicants do they need to submit this police certificate? Each applicant aged 16 and above. So if you and your company members, if your children above 16, must have this one, police certificate. So that is something you need to know. Then another document, obviously, is your passport. The passport, the bio page. When I say bio page, let me show you. The passport bio page is the page with the one with the picture. That is the bio page. So that is something you need to know. That is another point is required. The passport with biographic data page, we call bio page. Send a photocopy of your biographic data page to KCC. Bring the original passport to the interview. But what if your visa passport has expired? They want to use it to apply. Even if they don't need them here, you'll use the passport which is that one. But just in case, go with it at the US Embassy to those one. But remember, also there is also the information about the marriage documentation. If for those who are, I think that is also there. Okay. So for those people who are, so depending on the embassy, they say additional embassy or consulate instruction. Civil and personal documents may differ from country to country depending on the availability or body of the ability. There might be either additional instructions for obtaining civil documents in a specific country or additional documents required depending on the US consulate or that way. Select the embassy or consulate where you will apply to learn the additional requirements. Yeah, so things of that nature. So those are the things, documents they need. But remember, there is two documents which confusing people. There is a document which is called affidavit of support, and there is a document about public charge. Basically, affidavit of support, I've made a video, is not a sponsored program to be able to sign this one. Yes, there are some embassies like Sri Lanka, whatever, they require people to also to file that one. If the embassy hasn't told you in the documents to come to bring them to the interview, don't bring that document. The critical document which they've been introducing is the public charge form. The public charge is the document which proves you as the winner that you are not coming to be a public charge in America. So make sure that you have that distinction. You are going to be responsible, you, not another person. So that is something you need to make sure that you understand what documents you need to have. But don't send these documents in a scanned copy to KCC before they send you the email. You must get the email first in order to be able to submit this documentation. So if you have any question, put it in the comment below. I just want to make this video short and quickly. If it is long, I'm so sorry for that, but I want to make sure that you understand about that.